All right, so it's happening. It's happening. Finally, we get more news into what is going to happen in the GDC. And today, just today, we just find out more and new things that are going to happen, and even things that are going to happen even faster than we thought there would. So, for example, if we now go to the LinkedIn Real Engine uh, page, we are going to see that there is a new logo. And this logo is very, very much alike the Fortnite logo, right? And so why is that? Well, it's really easy. If we go here and we just, play this video like this, we're going to see that this is looping all around the internet right now. Unreal Editor for Fortnite, or what they used to call Creative 2.0. As just to give you a little bit of context, Fortnite is this, big survival, was made to be this big survival game. And then at some point, this genre of, how it is called, these, games of the last standing, right, in an island, battle royale type of thing, started happening. And so they released Fortnite into that format, and it was a blast. Like, everybody and his mother was playing it. And nowadays, even when it's fame has been decreasing, from for a long time, since a long time, they want to revive it. And one of the ways they want to revive it is with the help of three particular things, right? And one of them is going to be, of course, this new Creative 2.0, right? So let's check out what that is. I was like, right, I know that I have heard of this before, right? And I was, checking a couple of, other other YouTube channels that are covering this thing also. And it's right there. This launch session, I can see that this is completely different as I formerly knew, because when I saw this for the first time, it was in Real Engine 4. But now you can see that, yeah, it's going to be in the new format of Unreal Engine 5. And what I'm talking about is this thing. So allow me to go here and show you. I had to go back to the 2020 year in review from Epic. And as you see, the new logo is everywhere. It's amazing. All right. It's going to be huge. If they are, changing the full identity and everything, is because, they are, trusting in this thing to be huge and massive. All right. So that means, that it's going to be huge and massive for us, everybody who, you know, works its way around, Epic and Unreal Engine and everything, Epic does in that sense. So yeah, this is the first time that I heard about this one.
Epic
All
has
right.
been building two sets of developer
So
tools for a long
they
time.
were talking about, doing some sort of new way of doing creative. Fortnite have, apart from that battle royale type of model, it has its own creative island where you can, hang around with your friends and you can grab stuff already in the game. And, it's like this social place, right? Where you can create your about, and you can, customize it with your prices and your identity of what you are in the game, and on all your achievements and stuff like that. But they wanted to go even further. So if we go a little bit further into this, then Zach Parrish, takes a hold of the screen and starts sharing this. And this is amazing. So the first thing that he goes and do, it's something that I was completely amazed. He's bringing stuff from outside the game, and this right out of the gate. I don't know if this is going to be the case, because this is a very, very, early stage of what Creative 2.0 was going to be. But he is ingesting FBX models into Fortnite. All right. Or into what is going to be Fortnite Creative 2.0, or what they call the UE FC, yeah, the UEFC, and it's a Unreal Engine Fortnite Creative, right? And as you see, the first thing that he does is to bring new stuff into the engine, which is massive because in every other game in the world, you can create your, creative island, right? You're going to have that place where you can, grab stuff that is already in the game, and you're going to, put your own creativity into it and, start making it, your own, right? But in this case, you're bringing stuff from outside. You are creating your own models, right? Somewhere, in some sort of DCC, and then you are bringing it into the engine. And at some point, that new thing that you created is going to be part of not the game. I'm sure not the game, at least not initially, but it's going to be part of your island. So your island is going to be more, it's going to be yours in that regard, right? And because it's going to be in Unreal Engine 5, then you know that you're not, yeah, don't look at this, he is like showing some glow material that has like 10,000 nodes. The thing is bonkers, but yeah, it looks like that. So he bought like a cube, and now he textured it with some material that I don't know if it is present in the actual game of Fortnite, but he is texturing the thing, and he can look at this new texture, this new material, in his island, right? So what I was saying is that, oh my God, what was I saying? I'm so thrilled with this thing. This is going to be madness, you being able to, because one of the first things that you always struggle, right? When you are creating art and when you are creating content for Unreal, is a way to showcase it. Like the marketplace is filled to the brim, right? With many different models and content and maps, full maps with everything like woods or castles or stuff. But all you can see is either, pictures, maybe apply through video, and sometimes, just sometimes, they take, all the effort into creating, and a demo version of their content, but that is, on the best case scenario, right? But now you're going to be able to use Fortnite Creative as your showcase. So if you create models, if you sell stuff on the internet, if you want to showcase anything that you want to showcase, you're going to have, Fortnite Creative to do it. So there are like giving you a server where everybody can hang out, and you can, give your presentation, card to someone like, right, do you want to see my work? Come to this place and let's hang out, and check everything that I can do for you. This is going to be massive. And as you see, they really took a long time to make this thing work, right? So this is the 2020 year in review. So, and it was on time because I was learning from this YouTube channel, which is amazing. He is in Realverse guru, and this, this is the second big thing that I think is going to happen, right? And that thing is hinted right there, right? So let me first talk about this guy, because this guy is amazing. This dude 4 months ago was already preparing for this, right? This dude 4 months ago was talking about Fortnite Creative 2.0, and it's used with the new verse scripting language, right? So let's talk about first this guy. This guy is amazing. He has only 183 subscribers. It's madness. This dude is, it's like so avant-garde that people doesn't know him. He is talking about everything new and everything that is going to be the future of Unreal Engine. All right. And for example, this thing, the verse, right? So what is going to be the verse? The verse is a new programming language that promises to be the new metaverse, universal language, right? So it's the programming language to end all programming languages, right? So it's very known that Tim Sweeney is very, very passionate about programming language, and he is a very experienced C++ programmer, right? He knows his ways in and around the thing, so he knows how hard it could be to do certain kind of things on it, and the limitations of C++, and how hard it is to teach it to other people, and the struggles of C++ being like a universal, easy to learn, easy to develop between multiple people, and that was one of the things that he was looking into a new programming language to do that. So he didn't find one. So he associated with a couple of people, and he is developing a new programming language, right? And it's being written from scratch, from the bottom up, to fulfill everything, that should be expected of a new era, programming language. And it was supposed to be showcased at the beginning of the year, or let's say at the end of the year. In the year in review, it wasn't possible for some technical reason, so we didn't have a glance of what was going to be. Like the only thing I know about that verse thing is it's from a university seminary where the associate of Tim Sweeney was, presenting it as an idea and giving some examples of code on it, and the way that it's going to be compiled and everything. I watched the whole thing. It's like a very long, thing to digest, and a little bit complex maybe for people like me who doesn't know how to. I know how to program, but I don't know how to program a programming language, right? So I don't know how it's going to be a lot easier, but they are fully confident, that it's going to be a lot easier to write, to compile, to learn, and to contribute with different people. So that is the second thing, and that makes this thing right here very, very, very important. Now, that being said, will verse substitute blueprints? I don't think so. I believe it's blueprints is sorry. All right, so blueprint is a visual programming that is based on C++. All right, everything that you can do in blueprint will have like the mirror, right, in C++, right? It's like a dumb and easy way of writing C++ code. And in the end, when you compile blueprint scripting, visual scripting, it is compiled into C++, right? So that may mean that we will now have like two ways of creating blueprints, right? One for C++ and one for verse. And it may be that even verse is designed to work better in a visual node type of programming, right? So we might, I don't know if this is me, just being put in my, thinking cap and trying to guess the future, but I'm thinking that verse could be like a new version of blueprints. So you're going to have blueprints for C++, and you're going to have a blueprint for verse, right? That might be even a lot easier to understand and to create things with it. All right. So, and the last thing is the actual metaverse, right? So they have now that triad, right? They have Unreal Engine Creative, all right? Unreal Engine Fortnite Creative. Now they have Verse, and they have the actual metaverse, to attack. And with those three things, I'm guessing that it's going to be like their effort, to revive. So, I mean, Fortnite had, accomplished everything that it was even more than it was made for. Like if you saw what Fortnite was going to be at the beginning, it was a silly survival game, right? So the rise and fall, of Fortnite as a place where 24 million people consistently play the game, every day, to whatever number could be today, like it accomplished everything and even more that they hope when they created it, right? And now, knowing that there is a whole generation of people that have played the game and know the game, they want to give those peoples and us who might not be as experienced in Fortnite, but maybe in Unreal Engine, to have the ability, to marry them together. And that is going to be, it's going to be magnificent. I have my hopes that this is going to be huge. And I know that very soon we're going to be talking about this, a lot, right? Maybe not playing Fortnite, but do creating things, right? In Fortnite Creative 2.0. So welcome, Fortnite. Unreal Engine Fortnite Creative, right? So it's going to be like the third different program from Epic to create content. Like we have, of course, Unreal Engine. We have Twinmotion, right? That is more of like I don't know, like ArchViz, preview and stuff like that, but very good. And now we're going to have, the other side of the spectrum, right? So yeah, it is amazing news. So if this was, because last thing I'm going to say about this is the actual date. All right, it says March 22, State of Unreal. But I don't believe the actual State of Unreal happened on the 22. I don't know why I believe it's from the 24 to the 27, right? So there might, release Fortnite Creative in March 22, and then have the actual State of Unreal the 24. I don't know. I believe it's like that. Let me just check. All right. Give me just a second, and I'm going to check here. Let me search for Unreal Engine GDC, and nope, not that year. This year, 2023. Come on. Oh no, it is the live stream, the first live stream of the State of Unreal. It's programmed to be the 22. Yeah, so it's not the 24. Why did I thought that it was from the 24 to the 27? I'm maybe mad, but yeah. So if you haven't done it already, there is, if you go to this thing right here, there is an actual emission, right, of a live stream that is programmed for the 23rd, starting in my time at 1 o'clock. All right, so be aware that this thing is going to happen. There is already a lot of people in queue waiting for this thing to happen. So empty your schedules for that day, because this thing is going to be massive for sure. All right. So well, that's it. All right. So remember, we are going to check out this new thing. If this is going to happen as they were considering it like a long time ago, like in 2020, this thing is going to be very, very huge. Like they are talking like you constructing something in editor, and at some point you would have, all right, let me go back a little bit so you can check it out. All right, go back. There it is. So the main difference that I would see, between Unreal Engine, the normal editor, right, and this one that they were showcasing here is for sure. Let me just show you this thing right here. So this is what is really different, right? So you're going to have like open project. That's normal, right? But then you're going to have upload project and live. So this is massive, right? So first of all, this thing is in the cloud. This thing is not on your PC, or at some point it's going to be in your PC and in their servers. So this is Unreal opening the door of, creating its own source control, which is bonkers, right? To think of. Because, at this point, even though there are places where you would think that source control is already almost in place, like for example, the multi-editor, yeah, the Unreal multi-editing workflow, multi-user editor, sorry, where you have like, you are working, with many people in the same level, and you have like a list of changes. And at some point you can decide, all right, I want to commit this list of changes to the, to the actual level, right? So that is in short what a source control is, right? You can even say, right, I don't want this or that, action that happened not to be committed. So yeah, and if this is really going to happen, it's going to be the first time that Unreal Engine on its own is creating some sort of way of having a distributed way of, working with a source, right? So you're going to have some place where you have a source and you're going to communicate with that source, and you're going to get the latest, from that source, and you're going to be creating changes to that source and then committing those changes to that source. So, and, this live thing is also pretty amazing, knowing that at some point when you have everything, send and receive, and you have everything, up to date, you're going to be able to play live as if you were in Fortnite, right? Amazing stuff, and I'm thrilled. Yeah, count me into this thing. I'm, head over feet over, for Unreal Engine Fortnite Creative. All right. So yeah. Well, that was this emergency, this emergency live broadcast, and as usual, I want to say you, please, feel free to be good to everyone around you, and remember that I love you all, and I will catch you on the next one. All right. So this was a fast one, and we'll see you soon. Or, if anything new develops, I will be doing some sort of this. Bye.